Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Hello, this is Gandora Gaming. My name is Nicholas, and I brought to you by Kozmo's. Woo! One of the coolest decks in all Yu-Gi-Oh!, at least when it comes to artwork. Kozmo's are a machine and psychic deck based around Wizard of Oz and Star Wars. A really, really cool mashup of cards. And I can't wait to bring you this deck profile. Now, is Kozmo's a really good deck? This is definitely more casual. But at least it's a lot more cheaper now due to the reprints. You can already see my gold printing. But what do Kozmos do? Like I said, they're a Wizard of Oz and Star Wars archetype, where basically they revolve around pilots and ships. So the ships are the boss monsters, and the pilots tag out into the ships, which is pretty cool. And they do it during your player's turn. So the idea is that you do a whole bunch of interaction with untargetable big bunguses and a whole bunch of pilots that are quick effects to be summoned. So let's get on to it. First we play 3 Dark Destroyer. He is our ship of greatness. He's the only 3-0 ship we play. What Dark Destroyer does is that you can't be targeted by card effects, which is amazing. Also, when this card is special summoned onto the field, it destroys one card. I believe it targets. Yeah, it targets one card on the field, destroy it, which is a little outdated. I wish it was non-targeting, but what can you do? Also, it has the effect of when this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon, I believe, a level 7 or lower Kozmo from your deck, which is amazing. So it floats. All the ships float when destroyed, which is amazing. Look at the artwork. I think it's flying around Jupiter. It's just a really, really strong card. 3,000 attack, 1,800 defense. This guy is your Star Destroyer in Star Wars. Next, we play, for our ships, we play 2 Kozmo Forerunner. Forerunner is a very amazing card. Forerunner is basically another Heart and Soul deck. It's only 200 less attack than our Kozmo Dark Destroyer. And basically what he does is that, hey, during the standby phase, gain 1,000 life points, which is always great. Helps you in time. But the reason why that comes up is because Kozmos are they're psychics. And psychic archetypes usually pay life points to activate their effects. Unless, I guess, if you're virtual world. But what can you do? But basically, what a Forerunner does is that it's untargetable, gains life points during the standby phase. It's 2,800, and it also floats to, I believe, level 5 or lower ships, which is our Slip Rider. Slip Rider is an amazing, amazing card. Basically, when this card is special summoned, you get to destroy one spell and trap your opponent controls. I believe it targets, which is sad, but what can you do? Also, it floats into level 4 or lower Kozmos. I believe also from the deck. I could be wrong. Yes, it's also from the deck. Perfect. So all these guys float to a Kozmo smaller than it from the deck. He floats to any Kozmo lower to him. He floats to any Kozmo lower to him. And he floats to any Kozmo lower to him. And the idea is that these guys are untargetable bunguses. And this guy destroys spells and traps. He's also a level 5 machine. So if you really did care about the extra deck, you can make Infinity with him by slapping a Nova on top. Or Constellar Pleiades, which is really cool for the deck. But to be honest, this extra deck does not matter in this archetype. Your win condition are these guys, and you want to basically one-shot your opponent before they have a chance to mult a counter attack. Next. Oh, I forgot to mention something. I think I mentioned that this is a Star Destroyer multiple times in the video. But I think I forgot to mention that Forerunner is the Millennium Falcon and Slip Rider is a Rebel ship. I wanted to mention that because I mentioned all the other ones represented. So I just want to make sure you all know. Luke's ship or Rebel ship, the Millennium Falcon, bad guy ship, Star Destroyer. Alright, you all know now. Alright, so there's 2 more ships I wanted to mention before I continue with the deck profile, because you're probably wondering, if you're a really big Kozmo fan, where was Dark Eclipser and even where's Dark Planet? So I want to tell you my thoughts on these 2 cards. Dark Eclipser is a really good one-of, Basically, he's untargetable, just like Dark Destroyer. He's 3,000 attack. And also, you can banish your Kozmo from grave, negate trap effects. This is really good. The issue with him is that when he's destroyed, he doesn't float into another Kozmo. He adds a Kozmo in the hand. Not to mention the fact that he's like one of the only Cosmos that never got reprinted, so finding one's kind of hard. And he's in the $20 range. And this is definitely a more of a budget deck. As for Dark Planet's summoning conditions are a lot harder. And as being a 4,000 beat stick, you definitely build decks around Dark Planet. But personally, you don't need it in the deck. And that's my thought. Next, for the pilots, we play one Kozmo Dark Lady. I definitely think she should be bumped to 2. Personally, I think there's one card, I'll tell you what the card is once I get to it, that I would take out. But for, I guess, deck profile's sake, I'll keep her at 1, just so we have one Dark Lord of the Sith. But she is our Dark Vader of the deck. She is our Wicked Witch of the West. And basically what she does is that you pay 1,000 life points to negate a monster effect. Also, when she dies, you could banish her, special summon a level 7 or... Actually, no, it's level 7. Level 6 or higher, my apologies. Kozmo from the hand, which is amazing. So, when she dies, she floats into Dark Destroyer. She floats into Forerunner, and it's really helpful. Now, I will say this. You're probably wondering why I'm not playing Kozmo Dark Planet, I believe it's called, and Kozmo Dark Eclipser. Dark Planet is just a little too bricky. It's the biggest guy. But summoning him is a pain in the ass. You can't just activate one of these little dudes and then tribute out into him. So that's why we're not playing him. And as for Dark Eclipser, you definitely can play. It's a 3,000 untargetable monster that's unaffected by trap effects, which is really good. But the issue with Dark Destroyer, not Dark Destroyer, Dark Eclipser, is that it only had one printing. And that printing is like 15 to 20 bucks, and it's hard to find. So I didn't want to pay online for it, and you don't really need it for Cosmos. You're not going to run into trap decks, and trap decks themselves already have a hard time with Cosmo due to the fact that their big boss monsters are untargetable bunguses, and all their cards float. So trap decks already have trouble with this deck. I don't think playing a one of Brick and Dark Eclipser would be substantial enough to play it. But if you want, you can definitely add it to the deck and take out one of the spells and traps. Next, we play one Kozmo Wicked Witch. This is our Dark Maul, or Wicked Witch of the East. She's the one who got crushed by Dorothy's house. And she's also Dark Maul, so she's the really cool double-edged lightsaber wielding badass. And basically what she does is that she's the cockroach of the deck. You pay 1,000, she can't be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn, which is really good. And now here's where we get into all the pilot effects. So besides Dark Lady, all the other pilots have a quick effect during either player's turn. Banish them. The special summon a Kozmo from your hand of a higher level. So she special summons level 5 or higher Cosmos, which is pretty awesome, by banishing herself and special summoning. Like I said, Cosmos don't care about being banished. So again, Flunderies, you don't do nothing to this deck besides being annoying. But banishing these cards don't do anything. So now, here's the card I would take out for the other Dark Lady. We play one Good Witch. Now, Good Witch is definitely past its prime, I believe. Good Witch is your Obi-Wan Kenobi, and she's your mentor of the archetype. She's your Good Witch, if you're talking about Wizard of Oz. And basically, she tags out to level 5 or higher Cosmos, just like Wicked Witch, so Dark Lady, etc. But her effect is just not as good, her main effect. Basically, she can target one monster on the field and change its battle position to the defense position. So, she's like, not even a Book of Moon, she's like, turn your monsters into defense position so my Cosmos can run it over. Which is cool and all, but that effect is so lackluster that, I don't know. It just isn't as good as it needs to be for modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That you can definitely cut her out for another Dark Lady. But I guess because it's the week of Obi-Wan or the month of Obi-Wan, I didn't feel like it was good enough to cut her. Next we play 2 Farm Girl. You can't have a story without its protagonist. And she's definitely the protagonist. She's the Han Solo / Luke / Dorothy of the deck. And basically, she is awesome. You only play her as a 2-up because she is a little outdated. She tags out to level 4 higher Cosmos by banishing yourself during your player's turn. But basically, if she does battle damage, you can add a Cosmo to your deck to your hand by paying 500, which is really good. But again, she's only 1500, so doing battle damage is a little hard these days. Alright, next we have Kozmo Straw Man. He is just like our Score Trooper, where he basically has a cool recursion effect, where you basically target one Cosmo in your banner zone, reborn it by paying 500, and its effects are negated. Also, it's destroyed during the end phase, which is fine. So he tags out into level 3 or higher Cosmos, which is cool. And also, like I said, you pay 500, reborn a Cosmo from Banish, effects are negated, which then gets itself blown up, which is perfectly fine because the Cosmos, once it's destroyed, like I said, they all float. So you're just getting the floating chain started all over again. Not to mention, reborning back a Banished Dark Destroyer is pretty good. That's a free 3,000 beat stick. And Straw Man is Straw Man. He's your C3PO, he's your loyal droid, and you can't do nothing wrong with him. Finally, for our last Cosmo, the reason why this deck is still pretty good, even though it's outdated, we got our 310 can. This guy is the heart and soul. He's the mascot of the archetype. He is your tin soldier, your tin can, your R2D2s. He's everything this archetype needed. This guy's amazing. Basically, what he does is that because he's level 1, he's the best pilot. Guaranteed far none, because he tags out into any of the other cards. He's the lowest level monster, so he tags out to everything level 2 or higher, which is every card in the archetype, which is amazing. He's a level 1, so you can summon him off Emergency Teleport, and also you can special summon him off 1-for-1. So it's the easiest to get out of the deck. He's also has the best effect out of all the little pilots. And basically what his effect is that during the end phase, reveal 3 Cosmos with different names from your deck to hand. There's Cosmo cards. It doesn't have to be monsters. It can be cards, it can be traps. Usually it's going to be monsters. And basically what he does is that you shuffle the 3, you add 1 to hand by your opponent's choice randomly. The other 2 get sent to grave, which is amazing. So not only does that make Kozmo, the cockroach looking dude, alive, but also adds basically whatever Kozmo. I wish it wasn't random, but usually you're going to get what you want to get, and you're going to set up stuff in the grave. This guy's amazing. He's your emergency teleport target. He's your 1-for-1 target. He's just the best out of all the monsters. And that is it for the Kozmo monsters. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now we go on to the spells and traps. Alright, time for our spells and traps. And we got Kozmo Town, our Coruscant, our Emerald City. This card is the heart and soul of this deck. And it's probably the most beautiful card in the entire archetype. Probably one of the most beautiful cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! In my opinion. Kozmo Town has 3 effects, and they're all really great. First effect is a mulligan. You can shuffle back up to 3, I believe, 3 or up to as many Cosmos in hand. Shuffle them back into the deck, and then draw that many. Might have a limit, but reveal any number. So you can have 4 Cosmos in hand, shuffle them back in, draw 4 cards. It's just a mulligan, which is awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. Also, it has 2 other effects, which are really important. First effect is that you can target 1 Cosmo in your bandit zone, add it to hand by paying life points equal to its level. So the bigger the monster, the more you pay, which sucks, but ultimately that's kind of how psychics work. They pay life points to activate their effects. And the only thing I wish about this effect is I wish it was from either grave or banish, because the only way to get back from grave is through one of the monsters, which I already showed you. So I wish there was just the field spell can get things back from grave as well. But our bandit zone's just fine. Most of the Cosmos banish themselves from grave anyway, so it's fine. I just wish you had the option. And finally, when this card is destroyed or leaves the field because of a card effect, you get to add a Kozmo from your deck to your hand, which is amazing. It's just Rhoda when destroyed. The old version of this deck, back when it was meta, used to play Fire Fist. So it was playing the Fire Island field spell, and the idea was you switched between the field spells, and since the Cosmos always floated, you kept blowing up your board in order to summon out Cosmos. It was just a really cool deck. Maybe one day I'll show you a deck profile on that. But like I said, we play 3 of this beautiful field spell, and yep, absolutely. We also play the 1 terraforming in order to search said field spell, which is awesome. I already showed you in the deck profile so far that all the Cosmos have different levels. Thus, Reasoning is really good in this deck. Reasoning is an amazing card for the archetype. Basically, your opponent declares a level 1 through 8, or 1 through 12 in this case. And then your opponent, once they choose, we mill until we hit a level monster that can be summoned. If they hit correctly, it gets milled. If not, it gets special summoned. There's so many levels in this deck, it's hard to hit the right one. And it's just a really good card. Next, we play 1 Gold Sark. Gold Sark, like I said, they live in a Bandit Zone. There's ways to recur monsters with like Kozmo Town. So banishing things just helps you. It's basically Rhoda with extra steps. Because you can just you can Gold Sark something, Kozmo Town, add it back to hand, and then there you're good. You just add a card for hand with double the cost. Finally, we play 1 there can only be 1. My apologies, I'm saying the wrong cards. 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is really good. You just discard a monster, special summon a level 1 from deck. If you need Tin Can, this is another way to get to Tin Can. Another way to get to Tin Can is 3 Emergency Teleports. Best card to come back off the ban list for Psychics. This card is amazing. Non-want to return. Does on a level 3 or lower. What's it called? Psychic from the deck. It basically says special summon 10 can, special summon 10 can, special summon 10 can. It's really good, really strong, and you can't play Cosmos without this card. It's even at 1 was essential for the archetype. Now we play for more spells. This is I think our last one. 3 Pot of Extravagance. We don't need the extra deck. This card's literally Pot of Greed on legs, and yeah, like I said, we don't need the extra deck. Banishing that stuff doesn't matter. It helps us. And that is it for these spells. Let's get on to the trap cards. Alright, so our trap cards. We play 3 Tormental Tribute. Like I said, all the Cosmos floats. Thus, destroying your monsters and destroying your opponents is just a +1 on your end. We are destroying your monsters. Not only are they floating into stronger monsters, but all their monsters are getting destroyed. So it's just a really strong card. We also play 3 Back to the Front. This card is optional. You can also play... what's it called? The one that special summons 1 from Banish. I forgot what that card's called. But ultimately, back to the front, if you want cards out of your grave back to your field, this is the way to do it. You can destroy Dark Destroyer, Reborn Dark Destroyer, blow up another card. It's really good. It does special summon in a defense position, but that's fine. Since it's not continuous like Called by the Grave. Not Called by the Grave, Called by the Haunted. It doesn't. You can't just like MST this thing and then my monster gets destroyed. It just brings it back for free. It's really good. Finally, we played 2 Cosmojo. This card is really good for the archetype. Basically, you destroy 1 Cosmo you control, banish 1 card your opponent controls. It's really good. I'm pretty sure it's 1 card. It's not 1 monster. Target 1 Cosmo, destroy it. If you do, yeah, opponent control. So you can banish anything. And the only issue with this card, it does target, which just suck. Actually, no, it targets 1 Cosmo we control. It's untargeting banish. This is how you out. This is Ice Dragons before Ice Dragons. And it's a searchable in the archetype, which is awesome. And like I said, all the Cosmos float. So it's pretty good. I didn't realize how good it was. I thought it was just targeting 1 card your opponent controls and banish it. But no, it's untargeting banish. And finally, another card you can cut is Cos Morning. Yeah. This card is very outdated, but I liked it. Basically, what the card does, any monster destroyed by a Cosmo in battle is shuffled back into the deck instead, which is pretty good. So that cards like that float, or cards that live and breathe in the graveyard. This card says, nah, bro, you're going back into the extra deck, or you're going right back into the main deck. And it's harder to get stuff out of the main deck than it is the graveyard in the banished zone and the extra deck. So this card is really good, and it's a 1 of, it's a 2 of. If anything, bump this to 3. Take these both out. Put in a Dark Witch and a Dark Eclipser, and you're good to go. And that is it for the Kozmo deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Expect further and stronger content in the future. We will be making a deck profile on a really strong deck tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoy. Take care. Don't think stupid. Bye-bye.